So I started dancing when I was really little. In first and second grade, I took maybe 3 or 4 classes a week. High school, by that time I was definitely taking multiple classes a day. In between classes, I would do some of my homework, eat my dinner, go back to class, come home 10:30 at night and have to finish my homework. So first you put on some kind of padding. And I'm putting some weight on it so that my foot sinks into the shoe. You just wrap the inside ribbon around the ankle, because these are just really bulky. I found a spot. Let's say that's good enough. I wanted to be not just in ballet, but a classical ballerina in one of the best companies. I am a perfectionist. I think it was my freshman year, attended American Ballet Theater's summer program, and I thought this was my big break. I actually missed my cousin's wedding in Costa Rica. It was this big family trip that would have been amazing, so that I could stay and train so that I would be ready for this summer program when I got there. I think it kind of had this romantic, feeling to it, like, oh, I'm giving up everything for my art. It's not just the shank, which is this part of the shoe, that wears out, but the box, which is this part that wears out. And when this gets soft, it gets pretty painful, especially when you're spending kind of hours in these things. When I did point work, I had continual blisters that bled all the time on my feet. I'd bruise my toenails all the time. What would happen is I'd bruise one, and then a new nail would start to grow in underneath, and I'd bruise that one. And I think my record was having 5 toenails on top of each other, all bruised. It was just so painful then to dance on top of those toes. Yeah, my feet aren't too pretty. I had a really hard time coming to class. I think that was the hardest thing. Like in the morning, I'd wake up and I'd put my hair in a bun, put my leotard on, and then I'd just start to cry. And I'd try to pull myself together, and then I would show up in ballet class, take my place at the bar, start my pliés, and the teacher would give me some small correction, and I would just start tearing up again, trying to hold it in. The director told me that it was embarrassing or insulting, something like that, to watch me do ballet. It took me, I would say, about a year, maybe even a little more, to really recover from that. It got worse and worse until I could feel it burning from the back of my neck forward into my face, and then it started spreading up, so I could feel along my cheek, behind my eye, and over my head, until suddenly they were all burning at the same time. When it was happening, I couldn't get out of bed, I couldn't talk, I couldn't do anything. And by the time I actually got to the doctor, I was experiencing nerve pain in my hands and feet. The MRI actually came back clean. So I was like, yes, no MS. I started, planning more concerts and things like that. And then I saw the neurologist to discuss the results, and he said, yes, your MRI came back clean, but your blood results came back with a large number of antibodies suggesting some kind of autoimmune disease. Recently, he decided to do a spinal tap, which is like the final test to decide if it's MS or not. So he did that last Wednesday, and then he's out of town. So I'm waiting until he gets back, and then I will find out, I guess. I think with MS, the thing I'm most concerned about is being immobilized. Are you Alyssa? Oh, awesome! Thank you so much for coming. I am so glad Savannah part because you won't have a partner to spin in with. Yeah. Awesome. All right, let's go. I find myself thinking like, why am I going? I may not even be able to dance anymore. So it's been harder to convince myself to continue with things like that. So do you guys think these areas you cannot get into, is that correct? All right, this is it.
For weddings, I do think did they kick Madeline out or was she doing something else?
All right.
That's what